of AI/ML and what are the future perspectives and how is the curriculum designed. So there are a lot many queries. So we thought that why not to talk to all our dear students via a webinar and let us interact with the students and their parents as well, right? So myself, I'm Dr. Shruti, and I'm heading the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning here at Symbiosis Institute of Technology. And let us quickly start with the introduction. The agenda for today's webinar is twofold. One thing is that I also want to explain all of you that what is basic artificial intelligence and how are the career prospects of AI, as well as what we are doing here at Symbiosis Institute of Technology, how is the curriculum designed, and what are the other activities also which are planned for all of you, right? And till that time, if you have any kind of questions, I do have with me Dr. Anup Kumar Bongale, who is also an associate professor at the Department of AI and ML, as well as I also have with me one more very good faculty member with us, Dr. Om Mishra, and both of them would also be answering your queries via the chat window. And once my presentation is done, after that, then even I would like to interact with all of you and like to answer all the questions that all of you have in your mind, right? So let us quickly start. I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, madam, it is shared.
Invisible?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, can you start the recording? Narendra, sir.
Yes, sir. Started.
Yes, sir. So the screen sharing is working, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So let us quickly start. So once again, I would like to welcome all of you to Symbiosis Institute of Technology, which is actually a constituent of Symbiosis International University. We are located at Pune, and we are the only engineering institution under the Symbiosis International University. So we are located in the same campus of the university itself at Lavre, and the university is at the hilltop and we are at the hill base campus. So who we are basically a pioneer engineering institute of Symbiosis. We have not only now 10 years, but happy to tell to all of you that we are now 14-year-old institution under Symbiosis. We are AICT approved. We are reaccredited by NAC with A grade. And again, might be in another 2 days, we again have an NAC visit for the next level of reaccreditation. So some of our recent rankings that we have received is in India today, 2021, we have been ranked as first among the top emerging private colleges in India. We were among the second top private colleges in the West Zone. However, we were 11th in the top private engineering colleges in India. Even 2022 ranking has also been released, and we have again jumped to the level of 10th among the top private engineering colleges in India. So let us quickly start. First, let me give you a little glimpse about what are the career prospects in AI, what do we mean by AI, and where AI can be applied, and what are the job roles that my AI graduates are expected to play in the industry. What are the various industries where such kind of opportunities are given to all the students, and then we will see that how is the curriculum of AI is designed here at SIT. Right. So if you see now technology has, we can say that, completely taken over our day-to-day lives, where every day at one point of time we are using one or the other technology, right? So like for example, all the hardware that we used to use initially, everything has been replaced by the technology as well as the software version of that hardware, right? Initially we had landlines, now we just have an app in our mobile phone. We have alarm clock, now we have an app for that. We had remote control, we have an app for that in the mobile phone. So we have books initially, now we have ebooks that we read in our mobile phone. So all the hardware technology slowly is getting replaced by the software technology, and everything is again getting merged in one single hardware device, which we are calling as smartphones, right? So the percolation of technology in our lives has been done very heavily. Especially post-COVID, we have realized that during COVID, two what we can say the strong pillars that we have in our life was the medical services, the doctors, and another was the technology. Overnight, the schools have become online schools. The offices have become completely online offices, right? We were able to order all our groceries online. We were able to order all our medicines online. So the technology has supported us during COVID at a very different level. So what is predicted currently? The predictions are that even by 2022, we require almost 1.82 million engineers, right? But we don't require only engineers. What we want is we want more young people to become engineers. Why we want more young people to become engineers? Because the kind of technology that currently we are living in, young students or young minds are the one who would be able to adapt these technologies at a very faster rate, and who would be able to enhance these technologies ahead. The previous generations are the one who are still currently learning how to use the technology, but our young generation is the one who are born and brought up in the presence of the technology. So because of that reason, the ease with which our younger generation can build new technologies, can understand new technologies, is way more different than the previous generation. And that is the reason why not only India but globally engineers are going to be in demand, because we can't now replace the presence of these technologies in our lives, right? So somebody has to run these technologies. And who is going to run these technologies? Our engineers are going to run these technologies, right? So because of that reason, I mean, going ahead, definitely the way doctors are one very crucial part of the society, engineers are also going to be very crucial and irreplaceable part of the society. So if you see post-COVID now, what we are doing, we are rebuilding our world, right? But what we are doing, we are actually rebuilding technology-enabled world. Everything is becoming smart. I mean, whatever we were doing as day-to-day activities, everything now is becoming technology-enabled activity. We are ordering medicines, we are ordering what we can say groceries, we are taking online appointments of doctors, we are doing all our passport processing in the online manner, we are learning in online manner, right? So everywhere now there is presence of this technology. And who is going to rebuild this technology-enabled world? Engineers are going to rebuild this technology-enabled world. But are we going to require only one type of engineers to rebuild this kind of world? No. In that case, we are going to require the presence of all different kind of engineers. We are going to require CS engineers, we are going to require mechanical engineers, we are going to require electrical engineers, because together technology has to be, what I can say, percolated in all the applications. It has to be in manufacturing plants also. It has to be in the healthcare hospitals also. It has to be present in the education system also. So everywhere we have to build this technology, right? But not only building this technology enabled world is important, but we also have to build the intelligence in this world. So we need to have intelligent and automated technology enabled world. So who is going to add intelligence to all these sectors? Like intelligence in manufacturing plants, intelligence in the healthcare sector, intelligence in my what we can say stock market, or intelligence in my education 4.0. So adding that intelligence is going to be the work of my AI engineers, right? So these AI engineers are going to work with all these different kind of engineers in their own core sectors, where the mechanical engineer, for example, will understand what is a manufacturing plant and what are the machines and what needs to be automated. But adding intelligence and automation to that particular plant, AI engineer will be working with my mechanical engineers, right? If you see the smart city project, now Pune itself is becoming smart city, right? So in that, what we are having, we are going to build smart transportation, we are going to build smart healthcare, we are going to build smart water supply systems, we are going to build smart traffic systems. Then in that case, to build smart transportation, my AI engineers have to work with the civil engineering team so that to understand what are the problems at the ground level. And if civil engineer is building a particular kind of bridge, for example, then how the intelligence and the automation can be added into that bridge, and its maintenance will be the work of my AI engineers, right? So I mean, this is the definition of what is foreseen in the future by my AI ML graduates, and where exactly in the real life they are going to work, and what kind of problems or challenges they are going to solve, right? So some of the statistics that I would like to share with all of you is that now AI has actually what we can say implemented in our day-to-day life. Like all our navigation apps has the AI intelligence. All our streaming services, Netflix, they have it. All smartphone personal assistants, your Alexa, your Siris, your smartphones, all of them have already have implemented the AI intelligence in them. All your sharing services, like for example, Uber, Ola, Book My Show, all your e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, Mintra, all of them have also, what I can say, added the AI intelligence into them. All your smart home devices also have AI intelligence to them, right? Only the thing is why AI is now needed. AI is now needed because the applications have already developed, right? But the amount of data that now these applications are generating is humongous. Okay, and whenever we have this raw data that is getting generated by all these technologies or applications that we as humans are using, we have to analyze that data to find out that how my business is running, what is the customer feedback, what should be my business strategy ahead, where the service that I'm providing is lagging, and all these things now can't be done manually. Why it can't be done manually? Because manually fitting that data into normal Excel sheets or basic structured data is not possible. Okay. Also, the data that is generated, the form is also changed. It is not only the text data. It is also lots of data present in image format. Lots of data is present in the video format. So analyzing such kind of data manually is definitely not possible. And that is the reason why the technology of artificial intelligence and machine learning now is getting utilized a lot. Okay, and this technology is not only a tool or not only a trend that will just be here for 1 or 2 years. No, this is something which is going to be now present in all other softwares and all other applications, all your Android apps by default. So this is a technology which is going to stay for next 100 years till the time we are going to use the technology. The way, for example, cloud computing. Even cloud initially was a very new technology, but now if you see, all the softwares are now by default migrating to cloud. Correct. So why they are migrating to cloud? Because we know that distributed architecture needs to be utilized. So cloud is again one such technology which is now never going to get replaced. It is only will get enhanced. Similarly, AI is also a technology which will never get replaced. It will now only get enhanced day by day. Okay. But now what is the challenges that the organizations are facing? The challenges that organization is facing currently is that they are planning to implement AI based projects into their organization, right? But currently they do not have the proper skilled manpower, proper skilled engineers who can understand the technology of AI very properly and implement it into their current projects. Because of that reason, maximum of the organizations are just beginning to think about AIML plans and goals. Or some projects they have started which are in production from last 1 to 3 years, but they are not yet completed, right? So even IT industry currently is slowly getting warmed up regarding implementation of AI, right? Now, very important statistics regarding AI recruitment is that 51% of IT leaders said that they don't have the right mix of AI skills in-house to launch their strategies. So even though they are understanding that artificial intelligence is a very important technology and they must add it to their products or to their services that they are providing, but currently they don't have that kind of manpower present in the organization, right? So lack of skilled talent is the number one barrier to advancing the AI intelligence initiatives, correct? So how can this lack of talent be fulfilled? Many of the organizations currently are investing very heavily in retraining and improving the skills of existing employees, right? But now again, the way I said that these older generation that who are currently working in IT, migrating everybody to the AI technology will be very difficult, right? Because they are already been trained over the years on different technology, right? So because of that reason, if you see the last point, that is 49% of the IT leaders are thinking of recruiting fresh talent from university is the most effective means of finding eligible candidates to join an AI team, right? So because of that reason, many of the companies are even approaching us as well that can you train your current graduates as well in AI? Can you teach them the implementations of AI so that then we can directly recruit them in our organization as fresh AI team, right? So from this, I hope all of you are very clear regarding how the organizations or how IT industry is looking forward to recruiting more and more AI skilled engineers. Okay, so what is basically an AI? Artificial intelligence is about. Now, over the years, due to presence of skilled computer science engineers, we have already built lot many applications. There are very less that way problems where we do not have a technology solution present today. We already have solutions in place, right? Now what has happened, those solutions are generating huge amount of data, okay? And to make those solutions more and more, what we can say, accurate, or more and more good performing solutions, in that case we have to analyze the data. We have to see that where that solution is failing and what are my chances of improvement. So the future engineers that are going to be required going ahead are not expected to build from scratch all new systems. The systems are already in place. For every problem there is some kind of system which is already in place, right? What my new age engineers are expected to do, my new age engineers are expected to revisit those solutions, find out how I can optimize those solutions, how I can improve on those solutions, right? And for this purpose, the AI is going to be one of the very major and crucial player. What they are going to do, they are going to analyze the data that is getting generated by all the technology, analyze the data generated by Facebook, analyze the data which is generated by the hospital, or analyze the data which is getting generated by the stock market, right? They will store the data, they will process the data, they will apply the algorithms onto that, and from that they will extract very useful knowledge, and that knowledge then will get converted into actionable insights. Based on the knowledge which my engineers are going to extract from this humongous amount of data, many crucial decisions would be taken by the organizations, right? This is the reason why even our Indian government is also have taken lots of initiatives in investing in the manpower who are skilled in AI, because lot many government organizations are also slowly adopting AI into day-to-day working of government processes, right? So In AI, what we can do, what kind of data we can analyze anything that is sensed, either seen by ears, either seen by eyes or heard or ears. I'm sorry. Also, anything that is written in the text. So all your social media, where we are writing in the text format, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, right? All these things. All your images and audios will come under sense. All your text will come under comprehend, right? And based on these inputs, we will find out the knowledge so that we can act on whatever is given as the input, right? So for example, if I want to find out that what are the sentiments of people about a particular event which they have expressed on Twitter, correct? So then in that case, what we will do, we will apply some technology of AI, we will analyze the Twitter tweets, and then based on that, we can think about the action that we have to take for that particular event, right? And all these things are basically automated by your AI. Okay, so what are the job opportunities in AI after engineering? So today morning only I was searching this for today's talk, that what are the top job roles in industry. So if you see, after doctors and surgeons, the second top jobs in the industry is of data scientist and machine learning experts, right? Why? Because the kind of technology that we have built now, it has already started working, but now we don't know of how to maintain this technology, right? So for that purpose, we have to analyze the data completely, and we have to put that feedback loop into the system, right? So who will help in doing these things is nothing but my data scientist or my machine learning experts who are available. Also, if you see the fastest growing tech occupation, still data engineer is the one who is topping the chart, which is the fastest growing tech occupations in the IT industry, right? Also, the AI skills are not only confined to India, but these skills are completely global. So if you see here, US is the one who is spearheading the research as well as, you know, the technology of AI. After that is China, and after China, here we are at the third position. So because of this reason, even in India, lot many schemes are getting launched to promote more and more young students to become AI engineers, as well as lot many job opportunities are also slowly getting opened up for all the AI skilled people. Fine. Now, very important thing, that there are lot many short-term courses that has been introduced for AI. Then why to do a degree in AI, right? So there is again one more survey that has been conducted. And if you see the result of that, that what are the top skills and attributes you are looking for in your AI ML team. So first is that they must know coding, programming, and software development skills. They must have understanding of data governance and security. They must have analytical skills, right? And if you see the fourth one, that education, not only certain certification of 2 months or 3 months is required, but a proper education in AIML field is what the companies are looking for, right? So they are saying that education with an advanced degree in the field related to AIML is definitely we are looking for any of the person whom we are hiring in AIML, right? So definitely small short-term certification courses cannot replace the knowledge that the students will get when they will go for a full-fledged 4-year degree program in the field of AIML, right? So where AI is getting applied? AI is getting applied everywhere, right? Be it transportation, be it education, be it media, be it workplace, be it defense, be it insurance, be it government, be it healthcare, be it agriculture, right? So why this slide is important for all of us to understand? This slide is important for all of us to understand because these are nothing but all the job markets which will get open to all the AI/ML graduates, right? AI/ML graduates do not have to be confined only in finding jobs in the IT industry. No, they can work as AI expert in all these domains. So basically, after completing your graduation, there is unlimited amount of domains where you can go and you can work as AI engineer, right? Be it industry 4.0, be it healthcare, be it the social network engineers. That is a new what we can say job role which is coming up. Be it in cyber securities, be it in smart homes, be it in defense also. Recently, my students have completed one very good project for military applications, which was based on AI, right? So be it in sports, be it in hospitality. So, the opportunities that will get opened up for all my AI/ML students would be humongous. They can apply in any mechanical companies also. They can apply in various healthcare sectors also. They can apply in the IT industry as well, right? So, n number of job opportunities will get open, right? So the expected job roles. So if you see the AI/ML graduates will play different roles in different companies depending upon the requirement of that organization. They can work as ML engineers, they can work as data scientists, they can work as business intelligence developer or BI analyst, they can work as big data engineers, they can also work as software engineers. Now, why we are saying as software engineers is when we are imparting the knowledge of AI, at the same time, we are also taking a very precautionary step that the students of AI/ML would not be losing on any knowledge of computer science as well, right? So these students would also be learning the basics of computer science, the basics which are needed for any software engineer, right? So they would be learning Java, they would be learning Android, they would be learning core subjects of CS in their curriculum as well, right? So because of this reason, the AI students are going to be at that advantage that depending upon the organization, they can either take on the role of AI, that is machine learning expert, or they can also take on the role of computer science background student, that is software architect or software engineer, LLP engineer, product manager. So in this way, so with AI, what happens is that student would not only be able to work well in the engineering sector, engineering means any engineering sector, as well as they will also fit into the management roles, like business intelligence developer, if you see, or product managers, if you see. So these are something which are related to the management kind of roles, and definitely they would be able to take on those roles as well. Even now, some of the students who have passed out from our computer science department and have taken AI as one of their project, now they have also got very good opportunities in various MBA colleges, and there also they are pitching themselves as AI engineers, and now they are taking the combination of AI plus management as their skill set, and there also they are getting lots of good opportunities in those sectors as well, right? Now, AI, if you see the top industries where AI is currently contributing is healthcare, finance, manufacturing, enterprises, and education, right? Now, if you see from the future perspective, healthcare is definitely having great future perspective because we are going to require more enhanced healthcare services. Education is also not going anywhere. Education is also something, an area or a domain which will always be on the booming side. Finance is again always on the booming side. Manufacturing, after Make in India, lots of plants and manufacturing, what we can say, industries are getting set up in India. So even manufacturing is having a very, very strong role in the coming future, as well as the enterprises and businesses are again booming in India, correct? So if you see, AI engineers are basically are going to be part of such kind of domains who are already on a very, very higher side of demand, right? So based on this, you can also foresee that the demand for AI engineers in all these fields is going to be a lot, right? Now, if you see what are the applications of AI, so we have applications of AI in finance, we have applications of AI in manufacturing, in healthcare, in civil engineering, in agriculture, and in each and every field, AI is playing some or the different kind of role. Like for agriculture, what it can do, it can help us to predict the crop yield. It can help us to detect the diseases on the plants. It can help in monitoring the health of those plants so that then we can predict the crop yield. It can help in the scheduling the irrigation and water management. It can also help in automated crop classification. So for every domain, there is a different role that AI is going to play. And based on that, my AI engineers are also going to play a different role in different fields, right? So that way, this field is never going to get boring or monotonous. Why? That same code copy pasting I'm doing every day from last 5 years. That is never going to happen. Why? Because with every project there will be new challenges which would be coming, and with that new applications and implementations of AI, the engineers are expected to do in those particular domains. So because of that reason, the dynamic, what we can say, workplace and opportunity to work on challenges and satisfaction of working in this area will be very, very nice and exciting. So we are done with what are the career prospects of AI. Now see that how to choose an institution for your engineering, which is again a very, very important question. Why? Because nowadays industries only seek what we can say the complete package or industry ready engineers, right? So for that purpose, the institution which can offer you the right kind of opportunities to grow in that kind of engineer is very much important. So at your stage, how or you must choose an institution? What should be your criteria of choosing the institution? First thing is that all of you must see what is the course curriculum. Is there any benefit of dual degree that the institution is offering? What are the tie-ups of the institution with various industries and foreign universities? How is the overall learning environment provided by the institution? Which kind of faculties are present? And what is the opportunities for overall personality growth? So this should be the criteria while choosing an institution. And this should not at all be the criteria for choosing the institution. Are my friends taking admission there? Am I getting any kind of discount? Is this institution very close to my home? Or will I get degree very easily without much efforts? Just to give exams and take the label of a degree, right? Is the job placement guaranteed 100%? These are actually not the proper criteria of choosing an institution. Why I'm saying the last point? Because see, any of the institution will make you ready for the placement, right? But if we say that, if some of the college is putting a label that 100% job placement guaranteed, definitely it is a wrong thing. Why? Because we want our students to become able, and they, while going out of the institute, they must have 2 to 3 offers in their hand. That should be, I think, should be the criteria. Only placing them, if it is the criteria, then they can be placed in any mediocre level companies or any basic company, and then they can fulfill the criteria that okay, we have placed you now, then our responsibility is finished. Right? So don't fall for any of such kind of gimmicks at all. Look at the institution, because for engineering, the brand under which you are getting your B.Tech degree and plus your knowledge, both the things are going to matter a lot. Right? So now how we are doing AI at SIT. So let me start with this section of the presentation. So if you see, the program that we are offering currently is B.Tech in AI and machine learning, right? So what are the highlights of these programs? The highlight of this program are there are n number of flexi credit courses which are offered to the students. So these courses are the courses which are not predefined in your curriculum. These are the courses which are decided by the department and by the head of the department, depending upon the latest trends in the industry. So these are the courses which are basically decided 1 month before you start that semester. So in this way, what happens is giving the skills of latest technology into that particular area becomes very, very easy for us. Being, in Pune as industrial hub, so we do have lots of collaborations with the industry. There is a global immersion program, which is under which the students can go for 6 months semester abroad exchange program with various foreign universities with whom we have MOUs. The student, if the student gets selected, then they have the opportunity to go there, study in that university for 6 months, and then the credits are transferred back to our university and the semester is granted to the student. Along with that, as we actually Symbiosis has lot many management institutions and all of them are top ranking institutions of India. So our SIT students gets the benefit to also do a diploma in business management from SIBM while doing their engineering. So during their vacations or during some weekends, the professors from SIBM, they come down to SIT and they take lectures for this diploma in business management. And at the end of 4 years, along with your B.Tech in AIML degree, you will also get a degree of diploma in business management. So again, there is definitely the advantage of dual degree here, right? The infrastructure facilities are definitely the best in class. Maximum of the AIML curriculum we have basically designed in the lab format. Why? Because lots of hands-on is required for my AIML students. So because of that reason, there are state-of-the-art labs which have been constructed, and also the computers we do understand that for executing the AI programs, i7 computers and the higher configurations, the GPUs, all of them are also in place, right? Along with your global immersion program, there is also a compulsory 6-month internship which is given to all the students, which the student have to complete in their 8th semester. And after that, they also join for their jobs, right? So because of this reason, 8th semester, 6 months internship, many of the companies are actually preferring SIT students as compared to the other students, right? Next, lots of industrial visit, workshops, guest lectures are also arranged for all the students. Then our academic curriculum is basically benchmarked with the international universities. So while designing the curriculum of AIML, we have taken lots of suggestions and lots of brainstorming from the industry partners, which we have, as well as various foreign university professors as well, right? Now, these are the program highlight. Every student who is going to be part of B.Tech AIML is going to get all these opportunities, right? Now, what are the curriculum highlights? How our program structure is defined for all of you? So it is basically benchmarked with international universities. Maximum courses are skill-based and industry-oriented. Immense domain exposure is given. Now, why domain exposure is required? Because the AIML engineers are not going to work in one domain. They are going to work in multidisciplinary domains. So the exposure to different kinds of domains is also very important for all the students. So because of that reason, multidisciplinary application knowledge is given to all the students, that how AI will get applied in healthcare, how it will get applied on machines, how it will get applied on some numerical data. So all different kind of multidisciplinary applications and how it will get applied is one of the major goals in the curriculum. Then the major thrust is on hands-on training. So lots and lots of lab sessions are planned for all of you, right? Involving the stakeholders for the curriculum design we do, and courses for holistic development are also included in your program structure. So if you see, there are courses on creative thinking, on design thinking, on organizational behavior, on ethics. So all these courses are also included. So the best practices for the B.Tech, if you see that, what are the best practices that we follow while teaching our students in the department? So there are lots of alumni and senior student sessions are organized for the students, because many of the times we do believe that along with the teachers, they learn a lot from their peers, and especially their senior peers. So lots of buddy sessions are already part of the classroom teaching. Industry exposure is basically given in the form of guest lectures or workshops or industry co-teaching. So one subject is taught by two people, one from a department and one from the industry, right? Maximum of the concepts are basically evaluated and taught in the form of project based. Why? Because that way it gives confidence to our students to think out of the box, to find out the problems, to design innovative solutions for that and convert it into the project, right? Next, exposure to open source tools is very, very much important nowadays. So that is also given. All the advanced ICT tools are used by all my faculty members for doing or executing the teaching learning activities. There are lots of technical and non-technical clubs which are available, and that also helps the student in enhancing their skills. Technical clubs helps in enhancing their technical knowledge, whereas non-technical clubs definitely help them in enhancing their managerial skills, like how to manage the team, how to communicate effectively, how to collaborate with people, how to manage the finances when any of the event is organized, how to talk with other department teams, how to be competitive and collaborative at the same time. All these things are also taught. Okay, so the leadership at AIML department, if you see our director sir of Symbiosis Institute of Technology, he himself is an IITian and he is a AI researcher full time. So he has done his PhD in AI, and he is also the head of the first research center, that is Symbiosis Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence, which we have formalized 4 years back here at SIT. So if you see, actually this research center is the start of the what we can say story for the AIML department. So first this research center was formed. We all are working in this research center as research associates from last 4 to 5 years, and we all have acquired that knowledge of how AI can be actually implemented, what are the different fields in AI. And then last year we thought that now this center actually can also propose a separate branch, and we have that expertise that we can give to our students, right? So just one second, I'll also show you the research center for a second. So if you see, this is the website for Symbiosis Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence, where we do lots of live industry projects, research projects. We provide technology solutions to various domains, and we provide consulting for that. We do lots of national and international level research collaborations, and we also run lots of workshops and webinars and trainings to various corporates as well as to various other organizations to train them in AI/ML. So this was the first research center that was formed under Symbiosis, and it was headed by Dr. Ketan Kotecha, who is also our director at SIT, and 4 faculty members were included in that, and out of that I was also one of the faculty members. And slowly, lot many other members are also associated with the Symbiosis Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence. So first we have developed that expertise into applied artificial intelligence, and then we have launched this program of AI. So if you see, Kotecha sir is also a professor in CS as well as in AI department. Currently, CS and AI is one department only. So we have shared infrastructure as well as the faculty members are also shared. Let me introduce myself. So I am currently heading the department of AI. I am a gold medalist in computer science. I am also a topper in M.Tech, as well as I have done my PhD in computer science. And but my topic was related to AI and privacy, as well as currently also I'm working as a research associate with the Symbiosis Center for Artificial Intelligence. So we are not only what we can say full-time teachers, but we are also full-time researchers here at SIT. Just give me 1 minute. So what are the benefits of being under the deemed university? There are not many benefits of being under the deemed university. We get lots of collaboration opportunities with industry as well as with various kind of foreign universities. This is the first advantage. Second advantage is that the curriculum is revised at a very, very faster rate. So every year we have to revise our curriculum by 10% or 20%, which is mandated by the university. So because of that reason, we always try to have, best in the class curriculum for our program. All the latest teaching learning pedagogies are followed. Then the focus is not only on imparting the theoretical knowledge, but is also on, skill development and building. Lots of global exposure is given because we are part of this international university. Adoption of latest technologies in syllabus. So if once I will show you the program structure, you can see that we are starting with the basics of AI and we are going till the advanced subjects of AI, not only theoretically, but also in terms of hands-on. Yes, so this is, just give me 1 second. Yes, sir.
So candidates have posted lots of queries.
Yes.
Can you take the queries? I mean, predominantly the queries related to curriculum and how it is different from CS.
Yes, yes. So that I'm coming to the same slide, sir.
Sure.
So yes. So if you all see, this is the course structure for B.Tech in AI and machine learning, right? And this is the program structure for all of you, which is the batch of 22 to 26. Okay. Now, if you see right from your first year, there is good blend of subjects that have been offered to all of you. It is not so that your computer science basics are not getting covered in AI. Definitely your computer science basics are also covered in AI along with the advanced subjects of AI. So if you see right from your first year, the first year.
Can you zoom a little bit?
Yes, I can. Yeah. Is it looking fine now?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you all can see, the first year is also not common to all the students. The first years, there are some common subjects that will be learned by the student, but rest there will be some, what I can say, branch specific subjects that are being taught to the student. So if you see, there is introduction to Python, there is introduction to Python programming lab right in your first semester. There is a subject like critical thinking. Why? Because we want our students to be good thinkers first. They must also learn how to think out of the box, how to think critically, right? There is a subject named as entrepreneurship ventures right in the first year, okay? And some of the basic subjects. Then if you see semester 2, in semester 2, we are covering programming in basic. We are also covering programming in C lab as well. Why this is important? Because we do know that, being an engineer, again, C is one of the basic, and our AIML student must also not lose out on learning C, because there are certain applications in the industry which are still getting developed in C and C++, and our student should have basic understanding of how those applications are implemented or how we can enhance those applications, right? Again, along with that, they would be learning creative thinking, which is the next part of our thinking as a skill goal that we want to impart to our students, as well as the maths here in AI and ML is basically again revised and divided into small subjects which are introduced in various semesters. So here the students are not going to learn normal M1, M2 and M3, but they are going to learn maths which is required for AI and machine learning, right? So they are going to learn statistics for data science in their semester 2. Why data science? Because data science is base of AI and machine learning. So first the basic simple maths which is required for data science that they need to learn. Then we have software tools that are required for AI and machine learning. Everything all of you are going to learn in the first year itself, right? Now, when you will come in the second year, So in your second year, now you will learn how Python can be utilized for data science. Then again, as you know, data structures and algorithms is a very important subject for our CS engineers. Similarly, it is the base for our AI engineers as well. So we have added data structures and algorithms to our AI students as well. So all the core subjects of CS are also getting covered in AI as well. But along with that, it is in a very good combination with AI subjects, right? So data structures and algorithms, not only theory, but we are also giving the labs. If you see in second year, maximum are labs as compared to the theory subject. So data pre-processing, exploratory data analysis. Again, databases is something which is very important for all the computer science background engineers. So database we are covering in their second year itself, right? Now critical thinking hua, creative thinking is done. So here we are introducing design thinking to our students. Then along with that, the one which I was telling to all of you, that there is a flexi credit courses added in your curriculum. So here, for example, for this particular batch, they are learning software engineering for AI systems. So where they are going to learn basics of software engineering, and then how software engineering can also be applied to AI. Why? Because again, software engineering is a base for a computer science. So because of that reason, they are going to learn this. So in this semester, we have covered data structures also, we have covered databases, and we have covered software engineering for the students, along with the basic other AI subjects as well, and very good math subject as well. So probability and random processes again is something which is related to maths. So first they will learn statistics, then they will learn probability and random process. Then once you go to your fourth semester, then we will start with supervised machine learning. Here in Flexi Credit course, Java will get introduced to all of you, right? Java might be Internet of Things and Android development will be added into these two courses, which are your Flexi Credit courses, because Java is again a very important base for all the students to understand and learn. Why? Because existing IT industry, maximum of the projects are still implemented in the Java technology. So even though you will become AI engineers, you must also learn how to, work with those Java developed projects as well, and then how you can actually collaborate and have AI systems merged into those kind of Java systems. So Java is again given in a very, very strong hands-on manner to all my students, right? Then if you see here, we have discrete mathematics, we have supervised, unsupervised learning. Again, there are labs for that, correct? And also various foreign languages are getting introduced, that is German, French, and Spanish. Then in their fifth semester, that is in your third year, you will have deep learning. That is little advanced topics of your AI will start from your third year. That is deep learning, generative adversarial networks. So visualization, that is Power BI and Tableau will get covered here, and computer networks and computer networks lab, which is again one of the very, very important core subject of CS will get covered here. Right? Here, the Flexi Credit course that we are offering, this will be offered as full stack development for all the students. So, pehle we have covered software engineering, then we have covered Java and Android, and then in your third year, we are going to cover full stack development for all of you. Why? Because again, whenever any software application will get developed, AI is going to be one of the module in that software application, right? So how the complete stack works of any of the software is very important for my AI engineers to understand. So because of that reason, the full stack development will come here. So ahead, there are many open elective courses are given. So the one which I was saying, that lots of multidisciplinary knowledge the student will get. So if you see smart materials, water resource and planning management, web application development, if certain students want to do it in more detail, right? MATLAB or Industry 5.0. So all these are also open elective which students can take, and they are offered by different departments. Okay. In sixth semester, again, you will be working on some of the advanced topics of AI, and there are more elective courses which are given. Again, here we are covering cloud computing and distributed systems in sixth semester, because my students must understand how basically the distributed architecture works, what are the various versions of clouds and as, PaaS and SaaS, and how hypervisors work. All these things must be given as a knowledge to all my students. Along with this, we are also covering very important subject here, which is open source technologies to all the students. Blockchain is also given as an elective course to the students. There are intelligent transportation management given as a subject. Mechatronics is also available. So a plethora of subjects are given to the student from where they can actually choose. Then in the seventh semester, if you see, again, there are some subjects of AI and some subjects of CS, like big data analytics. Why? Because my student must understand Hadoop, Apache Spark, how exactly they work, what is MapReduce, how is Yarn used. So because of that reason, one again very important CS subject we have added into their seventh semester. Okay, and in the eighth semester, if you see, in the eighth semester, they will go for their internship and they will present their work in the form of a seminar. Their internship will be of 300 marks. And this way we are going to finish your engineering journey. So if you see the program structure, we have given a very good mix of multidisciplinary subjects, of CS subjects, and we are covering AI right from basics till advanced. Okay, so I hope that I have answered all your queries regarding the program structure. We will be taking some more queries once my presentation is finished. Okay, quickly I will run through the activities now. The industry 4 teachers which we had last year were very eminent members from various industries. They were Kaggle Grand Masters as well, who have actually given very good knowledge to our students. Also, lots of tech talks and workshops has been organized by the AI Club, which is one of the technical club under the Department of AI. So if you see, they have talked about data science, they have talked about role of AI, they have talked about AI/ML trends. So he is Mr. Nikhil Malhotra, who is the Chief Innovation Officer at Tech Mahindra. There was a very good workshop conducted by Mr. Kedar Joshi on the Tableau, right? Again, lot many more. So he is one of the ML engineer, but at the same time he is an alumni as well from the CS department. So he has very nicely explained that what should be the roadmap to becoming an ML engineer, and then everything in the form of tech talks and workshops. Also, if you see, internationalization at AIML is, we all are always in touch with various foreign professors, and as we are CS and AI department, so there are some talks which are organized commonly for CS and AI students. So that is also done. Okay, so internationalization and AIML, recently we have finished one joint hackathon with the Aston University UK and SIT. So he is the Professor Amit, who is from Aston University, and the team from SIT and Aston was involved in this hackathon. This was part of a research grant that we have got with the Aston University, and all our students have participated, as well as our students have won the hackathon competition as well in one of the domains. Similarly, we keep having what we can say guest lectures by industry or by international faculty. So he is Dr. George Kenya, who has recently visited us at the campus. So this is nothing but the AI lab where all the students were sitting, and he was from Brunel University, and he talked about applications of ML for emotion detection. Again, one of our faculty member went to UK to the Aston University for doing the joint work of research, as well as one of the faculty member has given very nice, what we can say, webinars on research related topic. So students' achievement are a lot, but as the time is very short, so just I will give you a glimpse of that. So many happy faces, if you can see. These were our first year, last what we can say batch of AIML, and who were doing lots of work in the Tinker labs, and they were exploring that how exactly the machines work and how we can relate it with the technology, right? Internationalization at SIT, very important. So if you can see, these all are various universities where we have our MOUs. So be it Nanyang University, Singapore, it is IUPUI, it is Aston University, Arizona State University, Brunel University, Queensland University, Australia. So we have very good MOUs, and under that only various activities are also conducted. Also, our SIT students are pursuing their master degrees at various top-notch universities, foreign universities, be it Harvard, be it Carnegie Mellon, be it University of Texas, any of the university, and we have our SIT alumni there, right? And with this, I'm ending my presentation with a very good thought that, generally we are used to doing, first we think different and then slowly we try to act different, right? But what is needed? First, now we should start acting different. Automatically, we will start thinking different.